destroy the group.
I think you have a whole lot to say, because truly, look at it. Now we have the PHCN official, we have the bad policeman, we have the bad custom official, and on it goes.
And the immigration people at the airport. So where will you start? Those that were begging for stipends from foreigners.
But a host of people will say that is petty corruption. I mean, that is
but
really nothing.
But if you know the amount of damage it's doing to the image
of the country,
the amount of damage that does, what these last month people do to foreigners. I belong to the Rotary Club in Pangrove Estate. The bulk of the members are Indians. If you know what these local officials, last month people and the rest of them, they do to these foreigners, you know that they are trying to destroy the image of the country. And somebody has to say no. So where do you start? Where do you start? These NEPA officials. That's the kind of thing we had when we had NITEL.
That's a big question. Where do we start?
Where do you start?
Yeah.
We start from the leadership. If the leadership is clean, you see people falling in line. And that is why nobody is talking. In Lagos, you see selective attitude to issues. Lai Mohammed will never address a conference and talk about the toll gate. What is the toll gate doing in Lekki axis? All over the world where you see things like that, you find out that they use it either to decongest the neighborhood, to prevent people from moving into such neighborhoods because of car parks.
You want him to do
within central London, there are a lot of free ferry services where you drive in your car, they move you to other places. You don't pay.
Why did you say Lai Mohammed? Is the target for?
No, he's the government. He's the mouth organ of the APC. So he's always been talking. He's the person talking about all these things. But a lot of issues. So why are we so selective in addressing some of these issues? Until we detribalize our minds and consciousness, we will not make a headway. The problem is an amalgam of so many factors. People talk about the president now. The biggest industry we have now is people coming on air to attack the president, to attack the president's wife. Is that the issue? In a political environment like ours, I expect constructive criticism. And when you criticize, you give options. I'm saying that the toll gate should be removed. And that is my personal opinion.
And the option is?
Of course, we don't need the toll gate. But the only reason why that toll gate should be there is if the communities in that neighborhood are direct beneficiaries. You signed a contract for 35 years, and you are telling us that the toll gate is to provide roads. There is no human being in Lagos today who cannot erect that toll gate and then do the road after. Public-private partnership is for you to invest funds first before you start harvesting. You don't invest funds. I can do the toll gate myself. I can go to Enugu and raise money and come and erect the toll gate and start collecting money. And then in 20 years' time, I will complete the road to Ekpe. So that's not the way things are done. And why are we so selective? When we are criticizing, we are selective. We select the one, we'll talk about the president, we'll talk about the wife, we'll talk about all these issues in a manner that will excite us as individuals, and not about the public good. The constitution is there. Are you saying that the government of this state does not know about the provisions of the constitution when they deported people? Is there any provision for internal deportation? Section 34 of the constitution is clear on dignity. 35 on personal liberty is clear. 41 on movement is clear. 42 on discrimination is clear. So why are these things being abridged and nobody is complaining?
So are you also looking at the different complaints in terms of is party politics also a part of this?
Of course, party politics is part of it. You see, if you read Kennedy's book, Profiles to Courage, when he was talking about being at the National Assembly, at that point, your emphasis should be on the welfare of the people. When you emerge from that, your background at that point. But now, a lot of people claim to be followers of Awolowo. I'm not disputing that. A lot of people say they are followers of Aminu Kano and Nnamdi Azikiwe. I'm not disputing that. But have you ever seen any of these followers of these people come out at the National Assembly to tell you this is how much they are paying us, is too much? Have you ever seen that? When it's beneficial to any group, the group remains silent. When it's not beneficial to them, that's why we look at Decree 24. The Constitution is a decree. Decree 24 of 1999 is a decree, whether you call it Constitution or not. My community people, the Umobu community, the Oke community, we did not take part in the making of that Constitution.
But
so the structure, yes,
that
is why we talk about the platform, the structural defect. And where do you have to, there must be a coming together to address some of these issues. And I will tell you finally, every community knows those that are active and positively geared towards generating an environment that is good for them. That is why
Right,
in
then
Nigeria, that is why in Nigeria today you find out that there are people who cannot win elections in their family at the national level that are very powerful.
Mr. Richard Awanko is of the Crusade for Justice and also a legal practitioner. Thank you for coming on this
Thank
program.
you.
Well, back in just a moment. Please join us again.